Well, thanks for that, Will. Really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much for your readings tonight, and thank you to the editors of Doors Ajar. My name is Daniel Cecil, and I'm going to be reading my piece from the winter issue, which I just got in the mail today, which is great. Naturaleza Muerta con Plate of Nachos. He is considering the possibility of this affair when the waiter drops an order of nachos between them. All too aware of how he might look if he were to reach him first, he hesitates. She, however, leans across the table, plucks a chip, and swoons when the sour cream activates her tongue. I just can't help myself, she says. I live to devour. It's the same way the chips smothered in cheese are bad for him. He knows she is too. It's the gold safety pin as an earring. It's the twirl of her scarf around her neck like a limp helicopter blade in the heat of summer. It's the way she asks the waiter to turn down the music as if she were the only person in the room. And for a moment she is, a darling manic pixie and avatar of a 90s rom-com. As he watches her tilt her head back to catch a piece of dangling cheddar, it becomes increasingly difficult for him not to compare the complexities of a possible affair with her and a layered stack of nachos waiting for him to breach its cheesy dermal layer. He considers this surface and its evenly distributed fixings and how underneath it all might lie disappointment, a soggy bed of corny despair. It's a stupid metaphor, he realizes, but apt, cliche layered upon his own 40-something cliche-ness. His phone buzzes, a text from his wife. She's checking in to learn how this evening is going. When will you be home from work? He swipes away the notification, worried that the woman fingering the avocado from the edges of the plate and suggestively sucking it from her fingers might notice this intrusion of reality. But the spell is already broken. Not for her, but for him. Suddenly, the naked audacity of the moment, sitting at this restaurant and eating nachos, or rather, watching the woman who isn't his wife consume, is revealed to be as absurd as the metaphor he'd made earlier of the soggy leftovers now exposed. He excuses himself to catch his labored breath in the bathroom. There, he looks up the definition of metaphor on his phone. Metaphor, quote, a figure of speech that compares two unrelated things. A mirage along the horizon, a false pretense. Jesus, he sighs, understanding finally how long he'd been smothered. Thank you, everyone.